The hidden metropolis beneath the leaves, the secret world of leafcutter ants. Beneath the dense, emerald canopy of a tropical rainforest, where sunlight filters through the leaves in golden shafts and the air hums with the whispers of unseen life, lies a secret so profound it could make your breath catch in your throat. It's not a city built by humans, nor is it a mythical kingdom from ancient legend. No, this is something far more incredible, something that has been thriving for millions of years without us ever knowing. This is the hidden metropolis beneath the leaves, the underground empire of the leafcutter ants. You've probably seen them before, those tiny, black, army-like creatures marching in long lines across the forest floor, carrying fragments of green leaves much larger than their own bodies. They look like nothing more than an annoyance, a nuisance to be swatted away. But what if I told you that each one of those ants is part of a civilization so complex, so advanced, that it rivals our own in both scale and sophistication? Imagine, if you will, a world that exists entirely beneath the soil. A labyrinth of tunnels stretching for hundreds of meters, lined with chambers filled with living organisms, all working in perfect harmony. This is not just a nest, it's a city. A city built not of stone or steel, but of dirt, fungi, and the tireless labor of millions of tiny workers. And at the heart of it all are the leafcutter ants, the architects of this underground wonder. But how did they get here? How did such small creatures build a society so intricate, so vast, that it can only be described as a hidden metropolis? Let's begin our journey into the unknown. It starts with a single act of rebellion. A queen ant, born deep within the earth, escapes her birth colony in a mating flight. She lands on the forest floor, sheds her wings, and begins her quest to found a new kingdom. With the help of a few loyal worker ants, she digs a small chamber and lays her first eggs. From this humble beginning, a dynasty is born. Over time, the colony grows. More workers emerge, more queens are produced, and the underground network expands. The ants don't just dig for shelter, they create a system of ventilation, temperature control, and even waste management. They are not just builders, they are engineers, scientists, and farmers. But what makes them truly unique is their relationship with a special kind of fungus. Yes, the leafcutter ants don't eat the leaves they carry. Instead, they use them as fertilizer for a type of cultivated fungus, which becomes their main food source. This symbiotic relationship is one of the most fascinating examples of agriculture in the animal kingdom. The ants nurture the fungus, protect it from pests, and even clean it with natural antibiotics. In return, the fungus provides them with nourishment. It's a partnership that has evolved over millions of years, and it's the foundation of their entire civilization. But the real mystery lies beneath the surface. As the colony grows, so does its need for space. The ants begin to dig deeper, creating a multi-tiered city with specialized rooms for different functions. There are nurseries where the young are raised, fungal farms where the colony's food is grown, and even storage chambers where they stockpile the leaves they collect. Some colonies have been found to have over 3,000 chambers connected by tunnels that stretch for kilometers. And then there are the soldiers. These are the warriors of the ant world, armed with powerful mandibles and a fierce loyalty to their queen. They defend the colony from intruders, from rival ants to predators that might threaten their underground home. Their presence is a reminder that this is no peaceful utopia, it's a city of constant struggle, where survival depends on strength, strategy, and unity. Yet, despite their size, these ants are not the only ones who live in this subterranean world. Other insects, fungi, and microorganisms coexist in a delicate balance, forming an ecosystem that is as complex as any above ground. It's a hidden world, unseen by most, yet teeming with life and purpose. But here's the thing, we know very little about this place. Scientists have only begun to scratch the surface of the leafcutter ants' underground empire. Every time they dig, they find new layers of complexity, new mysteries waiting to be uncovered. What secrets lie in the deepest tunnels? What undiscovered species call this place home? And why do these ants, so small and seemingly insignificant, have built a civilization that is so advanced? As we stand on the edge of the forest, watching the ants march in their endless procession, we are reminded that nature is full of wonders beyond our comprehension. The leafcutter ants may be tiny, but their achievements are monumental. They have created a city that is hidden from our eyes, a metropolis that thrives in darkness, and a civilization that has existed for millions of years without our knowledge. So next time you see an ant scurrying across the ground, remember, it's not just an insect. It's a citizen of a world we have yet to fully understand. And beneath the leaves, in the depths of the earth, a great city sleeps, waiting for the day when we finally uncover its secrets. This is the story of the leafcutter ants, the silent architects of a hidden metropolis beneath the jungle. A world of mystery, of cooperation, and of life that continues to defy our expectations. And perhaps, if we listen closely enough, we can hear the echoes of their empire still whispering beneath the soil. The architects of the underground empire. To understand the leafcutter ants, we must first understand their purpose. These ants are not simply scavengers or wanderers. They are farmers, builders, and engineers, all rolled into one. Their greatest achievement is not just the construction of their underground cities, but the cultivation of a specific type of fungus that serves as the cornerstone of their entire society. Each leafcutter ant is a specialist, assigned a role that ensures the survival of the colony. Some are foragers, venturing out into the forest to gather leaves, while others are caretakers, tending to the fungal gardens. Still others are soldiers, defending the colony from threats both inside and outside. This division of labor is so precise that it mirrors the structure of human societies, complete with roles that are passed down through generations. But what drives these ants to work so tirelessly? What compels them to build a city so vast and complex? The answer lies in their biology. Unlike many other ant species, leafcutter ants have developed a unique form of agriculture. They do not consume the leaves they collect directly, instead, they use them to cultivate a specific strain of fungus. This fungus is not just a food source, it is the very essence of their existence. The process begins with the foragers. These ants venture out into the forest, using their powerful mandibles to cut pieces of leaves, flowers, and sometimes even fruits. They carry these fragments back to the colony, where they are passed on to the gardeners. These gardeners, often smaller in size, take the leaves and chew them into a pulp, preparing them for the fungus to grow. Once the leaves are ready, the gardeners plant them in carefully maintained chambers, where the fungus is allowed to spread. The ants constantly monitor the growth, removing any contaminants or unwanted organisms that might harm the crop. They even produce natural antibiotics, derived from bacteria on their bodies, to keep the fungus healthy and free from disease. This agricultural system is so efficient that it supports entire colonies of millions of ants. In some cases, a single colony can contain up to 8 million individuals, all working together to sustain the fungal farms. The sheer scale of this operation is staggering, and it raises a question that has puzzled scientists for decades: how did such a complex system evolve in a creature so small? Some researchers believe that the relationship between the ants and the fungus began as a simple mutualism, where both species benefited from the interaction. Over time, this relationship became more refined, leading to the development of a fully integrated agricultural system. Today, the fungus is completely dependent on the ants for its survival, while the ants rely on the fungus for sustenance. This intricate partnership is a testament to the power of evolution. It shows how even the smallest creatures can develop systems of such complexity that they rival those of the largest animals. And yet, despite all we know, there is still so much we don't understand about the leafcutter ants and their underground empire. The hidden city below. If you were to descend into the heart of a leafcutter ant colony, you would find yourself in a world unlike anything on the surface. The air is damp, the walls are lined with earthen tunnels, and the silence is broken only by the soft rustling of leaves and the occasional chirp of an insect. This is not just a nest, it is a city, a sprawling metropolis that stretches deep into the earth. The entrance to the city is often hidden beneath a mound of soil, barely visible to the naked eye. But once you step inside, the true scale of the underground empire becomes apparent. The tunnels branch out in every direction, forming a network of passageways that connect to various chambers. Each chamber serves a specific function, from storage to farming to housing. One of the most remarkable features of the city is its organization. The ants have developed a system of zoning, where different areas are designated for different tasks. The fungal farms, for example, are located in warm, humid chambers, ideal for the growth of the fungus. The nurseries are kept clean and safe, ensuring the survival of the young. Even the waste disposal areas are carefully managed, preventing contamination and disease. The size of the city varies depending on the colony, but some are known to span several square meters. In fact, some studies have shown that the largest leafcutter ant colonies can have over 10 million workers, all living and working in harmony. This level of coordination is astonishing, especially considering that no single ant is in charge of the entire operation. Instead, the ants rely on a system of chemical signals, known as pheromones, to communicate. These signals guide the ants through the maze of tunnels, directing them to the right places at the right times. When a forager returns with a leaf, it releases a scent that alerts the gardeners to come and take the material. When a predator is detected, the soldiers are immediately called to action. This decentralized system of communication is one of the key reasons why the leafcutter ants are so successful. There is no central authority, no leader dictating orders. Instead, the entire colony operates as a single, unified entity, with each individual playing a vital role in the survival of the whole. But the city is not just a place of work, it is also a place of life. The ants raise their young and carefully maintain nurseries, where the temperature and humidity are controlled to ensure optimal conditions. The queen, the heart of the colony, resides in a special chamber, surrounded by her attendants. She lays thousands of eggs each day, ensuring the continued growth of the colony. Even the dead are not forgotten. The ants have developed a system of waste management, where dead ants and excess materials are removed from the city and placed in designated areas. This prevents the spread of disease and keeps the environment clean. In many ways, the leafcutter ant city is a model of efficiency and sustainability. It is a self-sufficient system that has thrived for millions of years, adapting to changes in the environment and evolving to meet new challenges. It is a testament to the resilience of life, and a reminder that even the smallest creatures can achieve greatness. The soldiers of the underground. While the majority of leafcutter ants are engaged in farming, building, or raising the young, there is another group whose role is far more dangerous. These are the soldiers, tough, armored warriors with powerful jaws and an unyielding sense of duty. They are the protectors of the colony, the first line of defense against any threat that might endanger the underground city. The soldiers are easily distinguishable from the rest of the colony. They are larger, more robust, and often have a darker coloration. Their mandibles are strong enough to crush the exoskeletons of smaller insects, and their bodies are covered in a tough, chitinous armor that provides protection against predators. Their primary duty is to guard the entrance to the city. If an intruder, whether it be a rival ant, a spider, or a bird, attempts to enter, the soldiers are quick to respond. They use their mandibles to attack, and in some cases, they release a toxic substance from glands in their bodies to deter their enemies. But the soldiers are not just defenders, they are also enforcers. They ensure that the rules of the colony are followed, punishing any ants that act against the interests of the community. This strict hierarchy is essential for maintaining order and preventing chaos within the city. Despite their aggressive nature, the soldiers are not mindless killers. They are highly organized, working in coordinated groups to repel threats. When a large number of enemies approach, they form a defensive line, using their bodies to block the entrance and prevent further intrusion. In addition to their physical defenses, the soldiers also play a crucial role in the transportation of resources. While the foragers are responsible for gathering leaves, the soldiers often accompany them, ensuring that the path is clear and that no dangers threaten the workers. This dual role of the soldiers, as both warriors and protectors, makes them an essential part of the colony. Without them, the underground city would be vulnerable to attacks from all sides. And yet, despite their importance, the soldiers remain largely unseen by the outside world, hidden in the shadows of the forest. Their existence is a reminder that even in the most peaceful of environments, danger is always present. The leafcutter ants may have built a city of peace and prosperity, but they know that survival depends on vigilance, strength, and unity. The secrets of the forest floor. As we continue our journey into the world of the leafcutter ants, we begin to realize that their underground empire is not an isolated phenomenon. It is part of a much larger, interconnected web of life that exists beneath the forest floor. This hidden world is teeming with activity, from the smallest microbes to the largest predators, each playing a role in the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The ants are not the only creatures that benefit from the rich soil and abundant nutrients found in the forest. Fungi, bacteria, and other microorganisms thrive in the same environment, breaking down organic matter and enriching the soil. In turn, this helps the plants grow, providing food for the ants and other animals. But it is not just the plants and microbes that depend on the ants. Many other insects and animals have adapted to live in close proximity to the colonies. Some feed on the fungi, while others take advantage of the ants' waste products, using them as a source of nutrition. Even larger animals, such as birds and mammals, have learned to follow the trails of the ants, hoping to catch a glimpse of the valuable food sources they bring back to the colony. This interdependence highlights the complexity of the forest ecosystem. It is a world where every creature, no matter how small, plays a vital role in the survival of the whole. The leafcutter ants, with their underground cities and agricultural systems, are just one piece of this intricate puzzle. But what happens when the balance is disrupted? What if a natural disaster, such as a fire or flood, threatens the stability of the colony? Or if a new predator arrives, one that is not familiar with the ants' defenses? These are questions that scientists are still trying to answer, and they highlight the fragility of even the most well-organized societies. Despite these challenges, the leafcutter ants have proven to be incredibly resilient. They adapt to changing conditions, modify their behavior, and continue to thrive in the face of adversity. This ability to survive and evolve is a testament to the strength of their civilization. As we watch the ants go about their daily routines, we are reminded that nature is full of surprises. It is a world of constant change, where life finds a way to persist, even in the harshest of conditions. And beneath the forest floor, in the depths of the earth, the leafcutter ants continue their silent, tireless work, building a city that is as mysterious as it is magnificent. The mystery of the unknown. Despite everything we have learned about the leafcutter ants, there are still countless mysteries that remain unsolved. Scientists have studied these ants for decades, yet each new discovery seems to lead to more questions than answers. What exactly goes on in the deepest parts of the colony? Are there chambers that we have never seen, hidden from our view? What other creatures share this underground world with the ants? One of the most intriguing aspects of the leafcutter ant colonies is the possibility of undiscovered species. While we know a great deal about the ants themselves, there may be other organisms that live within the same ecosystem, some of which may have never been documented. These could range from tiny, unseen insects to larger, more elusive predators that have adapted to life in the dark. Another mystery is the origin of the ants' agricultural system. How did such a complex relationship between the ants and the fungus develop? Was it a gradual process, or was there a sudden mutation that led to this unique form of farming? These questions are difficult to answer, but they point to the idea that the ants' success is not just due to their intelligence, but also to the evolutionary forces that have shaped them over millions of years. There is also the question of how the ants manage to maintain such a massive and complex society without any centralized leadership. It is one of the most fascinating aspects of their behavior, and it raises important implications for our understanding of social structures in both the animal and human worlds. As we continue to explore the hidden metropolis of the leafcutter ants, we are reminded that there is still so much we do not know. The forest floor is a world of secrets, and beneath it, the ants have built a city that remains largely invisible to us. But for those who are willing to look closely, to observe the patterns of their movements and the rhythms of their lives, there is a wealth of knowledge waiting to be uncovered. Perhaps one day, we will be able to fully understand the complexity of the leafcutter ant colonies. Perhaps we will discover new species, new behaviors, and new insights into the way life operates in the hidden corners of the world. Until then, the mystery of the underground city will continue to captivate and inspire those who dare to seek the truth beneath the leaves. The legacy of the leafcutter ants. As we conclude our journey into the world of the leafcutter ants, we are left with a profound sense of awe. These tiny creatures, so often overlooked and underestimated, have built a civilization that is as impressive as any human achievement. They have created a city beneath the soil, a place of order, purpose, and survival, all without the need for language, technology, or even a single leader. Their story is one of resilience, adaptation, and cooperation. It is a story that reminds us that even the smallest beings can accomplish extraordinary things. It is a story that challenges our understanding of intelligence, society, and the natural world. And yet, for all we have learned, there is still so much more to discover. The leafcutter ants are not just a curiosity, they are a window into a hidden world that is as complex and mysterious as it is beautiful. They remind us that nature is full of wonders, and that the greatest discoveries often lie just beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. So the next time you walk through the forest, take a moment to look around. Listen to the sounds of the trees, feel the coolness of the earth beneath your feet, and imagine the hidden world that exists just below your eyes. Somewhere in the soil, in the quiet of the forest, the leafcutter ants are still at work, building their city, nurturing their crops, and preserving the legacy of their ancestors. And perhaps, if you're lucky, you'll catch a glimpse of them, a tiny, black figure moving in a line, carrying a fragment of green, heading toward the unknown. It's a simple act, but it carries with it the weight of a civilization that has endured for millions of years. This is the story of the leafcutter ants, the silent architects of a hidden metropolis beneath the jungle. A world of mystery, of cooperation, and of life that continues to defy our expectations. And perhaps, if we listen closely enough, we can hear the echoes of their empire still whispering beneath the soil.